Welcome everyone to another one of my tier lists. This time it's for shooting guards, but yeah, this one is all of these before the season are a lot really provisional because I've realized how positionless basketball is when I was looking at these starting shooting guards or the projected starting shooting guards or who has been starting in the preseason, and I feel like I don't know, man. It feels like basketball is too positionless to actually do this uh, at this point in stage. But I do have something here cooked up. I'll talk about my explanations, and yeah, it was one of the weirdest tier lists I've had to do. I just couldn't figure out how I want to put this shit. Actually, I just couldn't. So maybe I should have made this easier on myself, where I should have just had the elite, all-star, good starter, young starter, and the starter I don't believe in, or something like that. But I like to do this, my style, my way. So I decided to roll as I do. And it might have been a mistake, but let's not talk about that right now. So first and foremost, let's start with young and question mark, which is a derogatory term here because Cam Thomas and Jaden Ivey are both quite young. I don't know how young actually Cam Thomas is, but Jaden Ivey obviously is pretty young, and he has played for the Pistons for some time. Cam Thomas is 23 years old, and while I obviously love the scoring potential, I just don't trust him to be a genuine winning player in this league. And I think besides the scoring, there is just too much downside. Obviously, for the scoring is there, but he'll be at least fun on the Nets. And maybe if he was not on the Nets, I would have a different opinion. I don't know. I just feel like Cam Thomas will not be. I don't know. I don't think he can be the six-man type like Jordan Clarkson, Bogdan Bogdanovic, all these guys that are genuinely great six-men, and I don't think he's a starter either. So I don't think that is a good role for him. But maybe I'm a little too harsh on him here. And I am too harsh on Jaden Ivey also a little bit here. But I just don't think he has that. He has that shit, man. I just feel like Jaden Ivey is, could be like a Chris Dunn or something like that. I don't think he has the star upside that we've seen, or that he was doubted to, and I don't think he can be a good, reliable starter with his, with the way he plays. He just lacks the fundamentals, man, and he's just not been impressive besides a few stages in his career. I'll be rooting for him. I hope he proves me wrong, but that's just how I feel right now. Then it's the tier just young. Bilal Coulibaly and Grady Dick here. Both players that have just not played enough for me to truly, have a great opinion on where they'll stand this season. But I think these two should start for their teams. Maybe it will not be Coulibaly for the Wizards. Maybe it will be somebody else. Maybe it will be Bob Carrington. Maybe it will be Jordan Poole at the two. I don't know how they'll do it. But that's what we're gonna figure out eventually anyway. But this is how I feel right now. Grady Dick, I think he's gonna start. And I like both these guys a lot, but I just don't know yet where to put them. And they have not played enough for me to make an opinion. Maybe that's why I shouldn't have them over Cam Thomas and Jaden Ivey. But that's the thing. I've seen Cam Thomas and Jaden Ivey for some years. And that's just how I feel right now about them. Then we have starting for the D. Dyson Daniels, Keon Ellis, and Christian Brown all starting for their defense. And the biggest question is, can they find enough offense? Can they just give you enough offensively, all these guys? That is also the question mark. Will Dyson Daniels be starting or Bogdan Bogdanovic? I have them both here. Just like I have Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson both here. But I think Dyson Daniels can certainly be one of the perfect role players eventually. But he's just not there, and we'll see how consistent he will be offensively and if he'll give you enough offensively this season. The same goes for Keon Ellis. The same goes for Christian Brown. Where, of course, there is a debate if you could start for the offense, Julian Strawther, and he has obviously the wingspan and the length. He's like 6'7", 6'7", to mold into a better defender, maybe even than Christian Brown, or at least more flexible defender than Christian Brown with his size. I'm pretty sure Christian Brown is 6'3", 6'4". So this is just that tier. Then it's the 6-man tier. I think all these guys will be starting at the 2 spot. Maybe, obviously DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, probably interchangeable here, but I put DeJounte at point guard, so I have CJ at shooting guard. Probably could have done it the other way around, but it is what it is at this point in stage. But I think CJ McCollum actually should be a 6-man at this point in stage in his career. I think the last couple of years he has just not been that guy anymore, and I think the 6-man role could really fit him. But that's just my opinion, obviously. Let me know how you all feel about that. Then Bogey is here, Bogdan Bogdanovic. But like I said, I think Dyson Daniels will be starting. I just have him here because I'm not sure. And then Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson, I think you would rather have them both as the 6-man of your team. But one of them will probably start at shooting guard. And then we go into the IDEC, bruv. I just don't know, bruv. I genuinely don't know how to rank these guys. I think they're better than the guys below them. Probably. Not sure about Gary Trent Jr., not sure about Kelly Oubre, not sure about Austin Reeves than the 6-man guys. But all of these guys will very much be starting. And I just don't know, man. Zach LaVine has been just so weird. Can he stay healthy? Can he be consistent enough while being healthy? I don't know. Jalen Green. First half Jalen Green versus second half Jalen Green every season. That has been something. He has to prove himself, and can he be a genuine winner? I mean, he's shown something last season in the second half, like I said, but I genuinely don't know how I feel about Jalen Green. I don't think he'll be a bad player per se, right? I don't think he'll belong starting for the defense or under that. And he would be starting for the offense, right? But I just don't know how good he actually is. I just don't know. So I guess this is the season for him to show me how good he is. The same goes for Austin Reeves. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's a perfect role player, just like the guys above him. And I don't know if he'll get that much better. And he's just not a good defender. Even though you could argue he belongs a little higher here. And maybe you could argue that the tier above him belongs below these guys, but I value these role players so much because I think they fit like a glove to the teams that they are on. So there's that. Gary Trent Jr. I don't know. I just don't know how good he'll be actually. Because, I mean, in Toronto it's been weird and nobody wanted him. But I do think he's gonna be a good starter for the Bucks. But I keep repeating, I don't know, bro. Kelly Oubre, I think you'd rather be with him off the bench still, but he'll probably start at shooting guard. Maybe something will change. Maybe it will be Eric Gordon, which, I mean, like, Ang still got it, maybe, with the Paul George injury, which maybe there are already reports on what it is with Paul George, but I obviously have not seen them yet, if there are any reports. So, I have not seen them as of recording right now. I might see them right after this. And Devin Vassell, I also don't know how to feel about him. He's shown me a lot of flashes, but they've just been flashes. And he's also not been that healthy overall in his career. Or at least that's how it feels like to me. Then the role players, perfect role players. I think all these guys are perfect championship level winning role players. The problem is some of them can stay healthy. Looking at you, Anthony Melton. And maybe I should have put Norman Powell in the 6-man spot. But I like him so much as a scorer. That I think he belongs here, and he's certainly passable defensively. Alex Caruso and KCP, I think they're the perfect complementary players, and maybe I should have put Melton and Powell below these guys, but I would have to split this up once again. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is right now, but maybe I should have had these guys below here. But I do think these guys are perfect role players. D'Anthony Melton just needs to be healthy. And he's got all the tools in his bag to be just such a perfect 3-and-D guy at the number 2 spot, just like KCP in my opinion. The same goes for Caruso, and I think Norman Powell has that offensive upside, and he fits really well with what he does, and which is why I'm not comfortable enough with the guys below him, because I don't think that they fit the role player mold, right? With their attitude, with their mentality, with their play. So that's how I feel right now. Then it's the young end, which is approving. Desmond Bain is at the top of it. He needs to be healthy. That's once again the biggest problem for him. He needs to be healthy. Tyler Hero needs to be healthy. There are a lot of questionable, a lot of guys that just need to be healthy at the end of the day. Brandon Miller. I'm really high on Brandon Miller. I think he'll be great. And Simons, apparently he's going to be starting at shooting guard, probably. And Scoot at point guard. So I'm really, I really like Simons, but he also needs to stay healthy. Kobe White, I'm really impressed with him last season. Hopefully he continues with that play, but I really like him as an offensive guy. Maybe I'm a little too high on him because of the size and the defense, of course. Those are question marks, and I mean defensively question marks for Tyler Hero. Brandon Miller is the second year. How much better will he get? And Andrew Nembhard just made such a good impression on me in the playoffs that I think he could be a all-star type level player eventually. Maybe he belongs more here in the perfect role players, but I'm gonna put him here because I have faith in him and I like him as a player a lot and his mentality as a player. Then we have the all-stars, which is Kyrie Irving and Mikal Bridges. I mean, some of these young and improving guys will be also all-stars. Desmond Bain, Tyler Hero, Brandon Miller, all could be all-stars. Zach LaVine could be all-star even right from the lower tiers. But that's just how I feel right now. I don't think Kyrie is on the level of the guys above him anymore. And I think that's how I feel right now. Mikal Bridges, I think he belongs here in the all-star tier. With the Knicks, I really like him, how he will feel here. But maybe I'm overrating Mikal Bridges a little bit here also. I think you could certainly argue he could be down below here with the perfect role players also when I'm thinking about it. But I don't know. But the top four, that's the easiest part of the video. The best players at the shooting guard positions are Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, and Jaylen Brown. And however you want to rank them, I rank them like this. You could argue, obviously, Jaylen Brown ahead of some of these guys. But I think Anthony Edwards will be the best shooting guard in the league this season. Devin Booker is the second best to me. Donovan is the third best, and Jaylen Brown is the fourth best. As an all-around package, as what they can do on offense, I mean, Jaylen Brown is a better defender than all these guys, probably. I mean, Anthony Edwards is the best defender out of these guys. But I think the burden of responsibility also falls here, why I have them ranked higher than Jaylen Brown. So, that is that. Even though you could certainly argue Devin Booker doesn't have that type of responsibility anymore also. But we'll see how the Suns are this season. That's probably going to play a part if I do put him at number 4 eventually. But I don't think any of these guys will be leaving this tier this season. And that's it for my shooting guard tier list. It was weird. I'm genuinely a little baffled by the, positionless, about how positionless basketball actually is, right? I'm really baffled. And I'm actually really baffled by how uncertain I am on a lot of these players, actually. But that's just how I feel. Let me know how you all feel. I'll leave the link down below for this tier list so you can, do it on your own and disagree with me however you want. I'm open to change my opinions. I'm open to see different looks at some of these players that I'm uncertain about. And if I'm a little too, hard on some of these. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'll catch you all next time. Be kind to others. Be gentle with yourself.